What's up, y'all? It's AK97 back at you for another week of Makeup and Mental Health. Episode 13 gonna be all about limiting beliefs. What are limiting beliefs? Limiting beliefs are basically they're subconscious thoughts that can keep us from reaching our full potential, right? So you could be going through the motions and like walking a walk, but the talk that you talking ain't the right type of self-talk, you feel me? Let's start with our temperature checks. I am gonna give myself a 6. It's giving 6 this week. Just tired. Drank too much yesterday, and now I am. Today's affirmation is I'm freeing myself from the confines of my limiting beliefs. Because you do not have to be held down by these motherfuckers, okay? They do not own you. They were a unwelcome gift gifted to you by the hardships of your life. However, you do not have to keep them hoes. I put together a list of relatively common limiting beliefs, so I thought we could walk through them together. Yeah. Number 1 that I wrote down was I don't deserve success. Reason why I feel like that feeling of not deserving comes up is it can have a lot to do with what you're told about yourself from both your home, like your immediate, your parents or your caregivers or whoever you were around when you were being raised, or it could also come from society at large. Being Black, being queer, being disabled, being otherwise othered, you can often feel like, when you're not seeing yourself represented in the visions of success at large, it could take a toll on you. And when people's beliefs about you due to those different marginalized demographics that you can belong to, that will impact the way that you feel about yourself. Self-esteem doesn't just come from yourself. Self-esteem is something that's built by the people around you. I'm not good enough. Another limiting belief. You ever heard the phrase comparison is the thief of joy? Yeah, I've heard that many times, and unfortunately, I still let comparison thief my joy. I need to be perfect, child. Top 5 of the limiting beliefs that I struggle with. I have a Virgo Mars, and it is very important to me to look like I got my shit together. Whatever that means. If you have Virgo placements, it is preferred that we appear that we are the flawless entities that we like to convince other people that we are. That preoccupation with perfection can also lead to another limiting belief of if I express my needs, I'll be a burden. I know for me, part of that perfectionism is wanting to appear like I have it all together. And I don't want to ask nobody for anything because, well, then they would know I don't have it all together. And even worse, I ask somebody for something and they see me as a burden. Because that's what I already feel myself. So if I feel like me asking you for something is burdensome to you, well, then I'm simply not going to ask. And that's really unfair. You rob people of the chance to show up for you by just kind of accepting this limiting belief of you're a burden. I am stuck in my ways forever. This is something that feels pretty common amongst self-aware late 20-somethings, where we're like, okay, I know what's going on. I know that I have this problem, that problem, but it feels like no matter what I do, I'm just stuck in this cycle of behaving this way, of responding this way, just stuck. And if no one's ever said it to you before, you heard it here first. You are never stuck. You are never stuck in your ways. You are never stuck in a situation. There's always a way out. And it is very difficult to see that a lot of the times in the moment. And even me, right? Like with situations that I find myself in. I do struggle with that feeling of being stuck. And then I gotta remind myself, it's only stuck that you're ever really gonna experience, I feel, is stuck in a mindset, you know? Getting stuck in a certain mindset is the worst kind of stuck I feel like you can be in. Because when you're stuck with a mindset, the thing about these limiting beliefs is that even though they're subconscious, they'll lead you to taking actions that then limit you in the real world. You know what I'm saying? Like, yes, at first they're just beliefs in your head, right? But then if you do believe that, for example, you're stuck in your ways forever, that might lead you to, when something comes up, instead of pushing back against the way that you believe, you'll just accept it, or pushing back against the behavior that follows, whatever belief that you're stuck in. Well, then, if you feel like you're just a victim to your own brain, and you have to do what your brain says and act on how you feel at all times, then you are just going to continue to do what you've always done and act upon your feelings in ways that you are not confined to, actually. But if you are up here, then you are in real life. I kind of mentioned this earlier with perfectionism, but I have to do it all on my own. Another limiting belief. We are made to exist in community. We are supposed to lean on one another. And I know that the upbringing that I experienced, it was very either like hyper independent, or you would feel indebted to people because they did something for you. You do not have to do it all on your own. People that say they're self-made, nobody's really self-made in the sense that they only relied on them. I just don't feel like that. Like, I don't know everybody's story that calls themselves self-made. I'm just saying, you had somebody in your corner. Somebody gave you a chance. Somebody let you in to help you up. It wasn't just something that's completely done in solitude. I don't have enough time. Feeling like you don't have enough time, I think that is due to a lack of prioritization, to be completely honest. When you can't prioritize and everything has to be done right now, and you don't do anything, then everything gets pushed back. You know what I'm saying? It's a cycle. Not being able to prioritize, I feel like, leaves you pretty susceptible to like a functional freeze. Like, you know that you have shit to do, but it's just so much to do that your brain is like, well, we could also do nothing. And then you do nothing. Y'all ever heard the phrase, hard work beats talent when talent fails to work hard? That's what I was thinking about when highlighting another limiting belief of I'm not smart or talented enough. Because what if you're not, right? What if you are not naturally the best artist or singer or dancer, or whatever field you're in? If you want to stay stuck in the mindset that you're not good enough just because you are not as naturally talented as some people, you'll never see the fullest of your capacity. You'll never see all of the heights that you could really reach if you study. Do y'all niggas be studying anymore? Because I low-key don't. There are things that I want to get better at and know better that I just haven't taken the time to really study. And then I wonder, oh, why are you not so good at that? Well, bitch, how much time have you actually dedicated to your craft, to doing whatever it is that you want to do? You learn in the doing. You learn by doing. You're not going to learn just by thinking and talking and observing. You learn by fucking doing that shit. So if you feel like you're not smart or talented enough, then get smart or talented enough. You know what I'm saying? Build those motherfucking skills up. If that is not something that comes natural. Oh my god, my eyebrows are driving me crazy. I might be transitioning to voiceovers because trying to talk and do makeup at the same time be kicking my ass. I mean, that's why half of it be on a little speed through. this, I've already said some things, so we'll finish this up, but you expect a possible change in direction next week. What if I fail? What if you do? Are you just gonna stop because you weren't good at it the first time? It's me. I'm niggas. I do that often. Last limiting belief that I have is, yet again, one that I struggle with quite a bit of. Without struggle, I have not earned it. I associate a return on my investment with having to struggle for it. And I don't know if I've said it online or if this is just something I wrote down, but we don't have to struggle to earn anything. Like, I am rebuking that mindset of like, struggle is how I define my worth. I'm gonna speed through the rest of this because I got shit to do. Do 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 do. To recap, first things first, ask yourself who taught you this shit. Because a lot of our limiting beliefs are coming from our upbringing, society, etc. It's not you. It's not something you just inherently believe. You're taught these things. The second would be thought challenging. So what is the evidence that supports these limiting beliefs? This one I kind of struggle with because I be having the evidence, right? So for example, one of my limiting beliefs is I will always be too much for people. And unfortunately, the reality that I've seen is that my intensity does indeed scare people off. And so my reframe is not that I'm too much, but y'all hoes ain't enough. You feel me? Reframe, right? And then lastly, take action anyway, child. Even if you, like I said last week, do it scared. Even if everything inside of you is telling you that you're not ready and it's not right and blah, 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 blah. Fuck all that extra noise. Do that shit anyway. And here is the completed look. If you can't tell, it is definitely nighttime now. Some hours have passed. I don't want to be burdened by my limiting beliefs anymore. I know one of them that I really struggle with are my limiting beliefs around abundance and just feeling bad about demanding my worth. If I'm being honest, I'm not even demanding my worth because there is no dollar amount that could ever really, amount to what it is that I offer. But this is really a sickening look. Niggas just be wanting to chat with me. Niggas just be, oh, I'm this, I'm that. I just want to talk to you. For what? Why do you just want to talk? Why do you just want to talk? I don't just want to talk. If you ain't talking money, I don't want to talk. I don't. I really don't. So if you just want to chit chat, it costs quite a bit to, yes, you do have to buy my time. And if you're not interested in purchasing, move on around. That was really it. Be kind to yourselves and don't take nobody's shit, including your own. Like the limiting beliefs, like don't take that shit. Don't take that shit. I'm gonna catch y'all in the next one.